I couldn't have said this in 2019. It would have been difficult, so difficult to formulate because it wasn't possible. Not at scale anyway. And I'm going to explain clearly why the idea of being a professional level commercial photographer while maintaining your day job is no longer a fantasy. It's real. I'll show you how. So if you're a serious amateur photographer, and I mean serious, not Instagram serious, you're probably closer to making money with your camera now than you think you are. And also way more stuck than you need to be. Not because you're not talented, not because you don't have good gear. It's not the gear. It's never been the gear. I've worked with photographers for 15 years. Every time I work with a photographer who's not doing well, I can guarantee you it has nothing to do with the gear. Look, you just haven't been updated. It's 2026, and I'm going to show you a different path, not a fantasy, not a leap off a cliff, not a scary drive off into the sunset to do something totally crazy. It's real. I've been doing this for over 50 years. I started as a commercial photographer. I ended up owning an ad agency for 10 years, and I went back to creative photography and design. So this isn't theory. This is what I see happening out there, and it's time for you guys to get on board. The concept of a side hustle is kind of clear. It's not weddings. It's not babies. It's not pre-babies or families in the park. This is business to business photography, like products and brands, food, cosmetics, beverages, lifestyle. And here's the best part. You can do this outside normal hours, in your dining room, in your spare bedroom, without quitting your job, burning your life down. It's not a gamble anymore. It's a controlled experiment. This is really, really cool. Most amateurs are trapped. Not because they don't want to do it, because that they think the only way is to take that giant leap. In the past, we had to quit the job, rebrand our world, hope someone notices we are doing whatever it is we're doing, because it's really hard to market yourself. Then you'd had to get a studio, and you had to hire people, and you'd have to save a whole lot of money up to do it. And it's damn scary. Kids need security, partners need security, tacos aren't free. A side hustle is a bridge. A bridge lets you move forward without blowing everything up. You learn how professionals actually work, pricing, delivery, clients, revisions, while the lights stay on and the tacos keep coming. It's pretty important for me. Anyway, look, here's the honest truth. If problems you're afraid of are smaller than you think and solvable once you stop guessing, it's a content beast out there. It's the reality. But it's not just any content. It's content that moves their brand forward. And they need a lot of it. Not one hero image. That old paradigm where the only place a photo could be made or used was a brochure, a magazine, or a billboard. When I started this business in the dinosaur age, we shot for brochures, magazine ads, and billboards. There wasn't any other use for an image. PowerPoint came along, but I could count on one hand how many PowerPoint jobs I did during the years. Right now, there are so many places that clients need your work that it's a giant content funnel that they need. They need it for websites and menus, social, email, ads, and the coming boom of content for AI. Don't think for a minute we're going to have ChatGPT and Gemini out there without advertising. The numbers say it's impossible. They'll either have to raise the rates to $150 or $200 a month for this stuff, or they'll have to make it up in advertising. And advertising means what? Yeah, that's right. More work for us. They don't need divas. They don't need studios. They don't need, massive production budgets. They need artists who can deliver, creators who can create clean, usable work again and again. This is where side hustlers can win. Recurring content leads to recurring income, retainers, add-ons, video, motion, variations, all doing it from the comfort of your home. And yeah, it can be done. I call it an asynchronous advantage. One of the biggest changes you have going for you now is the clients don't care when you shoot, they care what shows up in their inbox. Now, I have to be very clear. I'm not talking about big, giant ad agencies. If you think you're going to start this business shooting for big, giant ad agencies, you're kidding yourself, or you spent a lot of money on some moron's PDF or online tutorial crap. You just don't start out shooting for the big agencies. You've got years to go before that. But you shoot for small businesses, small agencies, PR firms, design agencies, etc. And right now, they don't do what they used to do, which was show up at your studio at 9 o'clock and shoot until 5 and then go home. Sometimes they just send it over. You shoot it, send it back. You proof through email or JPEGs. You do whatever you need to do. Nobody needs to come. Nobody needs to hover over your shoulder. They want the work to be frictionless, fast, and professional. If you're good, fast, and easy to work with, you're going to have probably some luck in this business. I call it prep. Number one, prep. You define your niche. You curate a portfolio that proves something, proves you can do it, proves you can create something again and again and again. You have some repeatable abilities that can scale. You curate the portfolio carefully. Too much is not good. Too little probably be a problem. You set up the boring legal and financial stuff so it doesn't bite you in the butt later, because it can, and then you get to work. No more chaos. No, I'm going to fix it later. You build a foundation. Hobbyists wing it. Hobbyists just wing it. We're not winging it. The thing that separates us from the hobbyists is we're deliberate. We define the niche, build the plan, curate a portfolio that sells, and we move forward with our marketing. And a marketing system is really, really important. But a plan is just a plan until it's executed. Then it's the work. Execution isn't complicated. You just have to do it. 15 outreaches per week. My mantra. My mantra for a long time. You can look me up online, 3 contacts per day. If you do 3 contacts per day, you are going to win. Because most photographers aren't doing 3 contacts a month. Trust me, I deal with photographers and I have dealt with them closely for 15 years. And I can tell you the ones that market, they're the ones that are working. You target that marketing. You keep it relevant. You use modern tools, AI. AI is fantastic for finding businesses. AI is fantastic for helping develop email programs. Trust me, it's amazing. Do test shoots. Deliver clean work. Listen to the feedback that comes in. Measure it, then refine it, and do it again. It's not glamorous. It's effective. And it's how momentum really gets going. Because the momentum of this thing is what's going to drive you through your first 2 years. Learning the basics of a really good marketing plan, how to execute it, will be one of the most important modules I do in this class. And you will never forget what you learn. It's a real-world side hustle business is what this is. You can see a couple of shots here done for, or could be done for small clients. It's working right now in my beta class. I'm doing this as a beta class, and it's working already. I'm working with one photographer who came to me 2 years ago, December, and said, I want to replace my income, which at the time was, it was a good 5-figure income, way up, high 5-figure income. And he didn't replace it in a year. It took 16 months, but he replaced it. So he's a 6-figure income now, and doing really, really well, and just got a studio. It's all been done in his living room, his bedroom. I know someone who built a really nice set of images, 40 images. That's all we needed. 40 images, went out and got the first 6 out of 10 bids they did because they used AI to help develop their contact with those businesses. It was so dead on. They got 6 jobs out of the first 10 bids that were requested. Yeah, that's amazing. I don't think they got this in the second 10. They got the 6 out of 10 because that would have been too amazing. But you get the drift. They're doing well and they're busy, very busy. A side hustle can be so much a part of your life. One of my photographers started as something to do on the side. She started taking the classes from me, and it just kind of blew up. And now she's resigned her job and she's doing this full time. This is her job now. Pretty darn cool. It doesn't mean it has to be your job. It just means that it's possible. Now, I want you to know something. It takes time. Anyone promising you overnight success is selling you something like a lie. There's no overnight success in this business. There's no overnight success in any business. What works is what I call impatient patience. Impatient patience is realizing that it does take time. That's the patience. The impatient part is that we work as hard as we can to shorten that time frame. Impatient by doing the test shots, impatient by showing our book, making the emails, sending off the postcards, being impatient as hell, but patient in the long run. Patient impatience. I practice it. You should too. It also requires a system, consistency, a plan, and learning how this industry actually functions. I'm on social media like most of you, and I see photographers on Facebook and places like that, and I think to myself, are you even in business? Because the business you're talking about is not the business I know. There's a lot of ways to be in business, and there's a lot of ways to do it wrong. We're not going to do it wrong. We're going to do it right. So this is it. This is what I'm offering. It's the practical professional photography side hustle. We'll try that again. The practical professional photography side hustle. Don't have to quit your job. Don't have to spend a ton of money. We're going to show you how to do it. We're going to be with you the entire length of the duration. It's an 8-week course. We're going to take you right through it. You should be working by the time we get to the end of it. You should have your first assignment by the time we get to the end of the 8 weeks. So it's a lot of work, but it's still done in a side hustle time frame. You can do this. There's a link in the description below, and good luck. Hope to see you in the class.